So today I'm going to be talking about working with your spouse. All right, so I've honestly met quite a number of people that are working with either wives, husbands, girlfriends, boyfriends. And yes, today I want to talk about how do you actually manage that relationship. Now, to be honest, there are very few manuscripts that actually tell you how exactly you're supposed to be working with your spouse. Meaning each use case is a bit unique, but what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share a bit of my experience to show you how exactly it has evolved to even get to a point where you can comfortably be and not chew yourselves and kill yourselves bringing issues from home into work. So I'm just going to talk about my experience, and if this teaches anyone, please just leave a comment, or share this video. It goes a long way towards helping the algorithm make make this channel grow. All right, so about 2 years ago, my wife of course quit work, and we ventured into this entrepreneurship journey. Now, at the beginning, there is as if no manuscript. So, who is supposed to be doing what, and who is responsible for what action at whatever point in time, and when are you supposed to separate work and home stuff? That is where the chemistry begins to struggle from. Now, at the beginning, of course, what happened is we're just leaving things. Everyone does work. I kind of just throw the head, man, this is what we are doing, give general oversight of whatever is happening. But I got to notice that that does not work, at least from over the years. I believe from her getting out of work 2 years ago, we've just started synchronizing like this. Okay, a bit last year, then this year. Now, to avoid a bit of conflict, here is how best you get to manage this work. I'm sure if my wife sees this, she's going to first judge for me, but it is okay. All right, so now to get the best result out of work, the first thing you need to understand is yes, there are two relationships. Number one, at some point you might be both co-founders of the business, and at some point you might be workers in the relationship. First step is you need to identify, if we are working together, how best do you clarify? Say, this is company X. What is the ownership structure like? Yes, I know most people say this is for us, this is for our family, but it's important that your partner gets to understand that, okay, this is my engagement in said project X, but me as a person, this is my entitlement to project X. The first step you do is talk about, if at all you guys are supposed to co-own the business, talk about what is that structure going to be like. Who's going to own 60, who's going to own 70, who's going to own 10, who's going to own 20. Literally talk about it so that there's a lot of clarity once it comes to that point in time where now the business has 100 million that now you need to share, or 20 million that you need to split up. So regardless of whether your spouse, I mean a husband and wife, just clarify that so that, man, at the end of the year, if there's like a 10 million to spare, give the other person the entitlement and keep the rest to yourself. It goes a long way towards helping this person work, knowing that they are part of this system. That is number one. And number two, if there is a bit of salary structuring or lack of a salary, it's important that you get to understand, convince this person as to why this amount of money is being issued, or why this amount of money is not being paid to them, so that they also understand that, oh, why Ankola, na hicho into cha family, maybe we'll get out of it 4 years down the road. So that the person works with ultimate comfort of, man, I know I'm supposed to be earning, I know my effort is valuable, but given this and this and this and this is what we're building for ourselves, I can compromise for some time. So you opening up those borders and actually talking about the salary expectation, because in this situation, just separate her. She's not an owner, but rather an employee, and every employee needs to be compensated in some way. Even if the compensation is not going to be hard right now, it's better you get this person to understand that, right, no, at the moment it's not going to be available, but maybe over time, this is how best we are going to break it down and we see that your value is compensated, but we know how important your work is for us and the value that it brings to the table. The number three, which is the most important, is understand how you're actually supposed to work structure wise. Clearly define of man, what department do you fall in, or what department do I fall in? If there are specific tasks that you can even assign to this person, that you know what, your job is to do this, and these are the accomplishments that we anticipate by week 2 or week 3, week 4. It goes a long way towards helping this person understand what they want to do. Sometimes the lack of clarity creates this limbo whereby in the person's head they imagine they are working, whereas in your head you're like, what is this person doing? Whereas if you're just sat on the same table and said, you know what, your responsibility is A, B, C, D, and these are the expectations, and the person did A, B, C and didn't do D, you would know that, okay, man, you are supposed to have done like this, but this wasn't done a certain way. So have that accountability and that conversations on what exactly are we trying to accomplish, not just as individuals but as a family, and create those distinctions between the business, the individuals, and the person as an employee. Yes, I know there are going to be issues of crisscrossing. Someone is angry at you because you did what and what. But those boundaries you can deal with slowly by slowly, and I believe the longer you work together, the more you evolve and learn how to work with your partner in specific case X or specific case Y. But yes, in many scenarios, honestly, we're finding many people are finding themselves working with their spouses. So if you believe that this was helpful, please just leave a comment below and let me know how exactly it's working for your specific use case. That's all from me today. And babe, sorry,